Thank you very much and good morning! Ay, ang baba na ng energy kasi ako na daw ang before lunch. Kaya lalagyan natin ng konting energy dito sa stage natin at maglalakad-lakad ako at mag-check ako sa mga mukha natin kasi I'm all about the business of emotions. I'm in the business of good well-being. So good morning, everyone. Mag-mental health check nga muna tayo. Huwag natin titingnan yung mga answers ng iba. Pero it's a safe space at least for the next 10 to 15 minutes. In a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being the highest, I'm feeling my best. Ano ang feeling natin today, at this very moment? Mag-raise tayo ng hands. 1 is like really, really low, pero sige, I will power through. 5 is your best. Sige, game. Raise tayo ng hands lahat. It's a safe space. Ang daming 5s. May mga 4s. Merong mga 3 din. It's okay. Merong 2. That's totally fine. And it's good. It's good to be able to keep your mind and body in check and always ask yourself those questions kasi napaka-important siya. Sabi kanina ng ating host na it's part of our business and our productivity as well. Now, when it comes to good mental health, it's important that we recognize that when we're thinking about benefits and having mental health in our workplace, it sounds so daunting. It sounds like, problema ko ba to? Emotional, and this is a very personal issue when it comes to taking care of our employees and even our personal well-being. Dati, and on tradition before is that there is a line that when you enter the doors of the workplace, wala na dapat yung mga personal issues mo. But it's so hard because especially during the pandemic, maybe most of us have worked from home or experienced that or are still working from home because you are entrepreneurs or founders. It's hard to make that separation. And that's when we find out that there is really no barrier that you can set to separate yourself from that. You are a human being with thoughts and feelings, and it's important that we recognize that there are simple solutions to better taking care of your health, and it starts with simple steps. I will go to my next slide. Let's hinga lang muna tayo. Alam ko 15 minutes lang ako dito, pero hinga lang tayo. I want you to follow the instructions on the screen, and this is called a quick deep breathing exercise. We'll wait for it to restart, but I just want you to take a few quick seconds to breathe. All right, we'll start again. Breathe in. Deep breath in. Dapat nagbumobola yung tummy nyo. Okay lang yan. Walang nagjo-judge. Breathe out. One more time. Deep breath in. Hold, and breathe out. Isa pa. Deep breath in. Hold, and breathe out. Deep breathing is one of the most efficient ways to take care and regulate your body. If you notice, pag naninervous tayo, hindi natin kung aabot tayo sa next payday or hindi natin kung gagana ba tong project na pinaghihirapan natin, we tend to take shorter and quicker breaths. And that's part of our body when we think about deadlines, when we think about things that that we're working towards, para tayong ninenervous and para tayong hinahabol. And para nawalan tayo ng hininga. And this is something that is so within our control. And it sounds so easy. But you think about it, and when you think about mental health, it doesn't always have to be some elaborate program or policy. It can just be something as simple as being mindful and taking care of yourself. I'm Triviño. I'm the co-founder and chief product and data officer at Mind Nation. We're a proudly Filipino-founded company. We're 3 female co-founders in the company, and we actually have expanded globally. So since the pandemic, when we started, we have now entered Latin America and even the US, and also across Asia. I am also an environmentalist. I work for a nonprofit called Plant Cora. I'm a diver and a UNICEF creator for every child. I do a lot of things now, but the way that I started with this was actually not too long ago. I started in the corporate space for over 11 years. If you're familiar with nakakaiyak na Kwentong Jollibee series, that was my baby. And when I reached that goal, I felt was the pinnacle of my career, I had felt a disconnect with what made me truly happy. and what I thought was gonna make me truly happy, and decided to rethink and take a step back. And of course, I speak of that with a place of privilege. And during the pandemic, it really gave me a long, long period of having to think about what kind of impact I wanted to make in my life. And I'm sure each and every one of you today, kahit ano pang business nyo, gusto nyo kasi it's either rooting for something very personal or something that's coming from something you really deeply believe in. So sorry. My Nation is a mental health organization with the goal of happier, healthier communities. And our goal and our mission was really to provide the most accessible and affordable mental health support for teams and individuals. We started during the pandemic, and during the pandemic was really one of the most opportune times. So I have to say that we were very, very lucky to have started this service. It's mostly teletherapy, and we have since then provided data, studies to the government, to lawmakers, pushed for the Mental Health Act and Mental Health Law. It's actually part of the law that you should have mental health programs in the workspace. And we have also done our due diligence and to provide and pay it forward to people who are in need that are unable to pay for it. So we have provided over 1,000 free sessions. And I'm actually going to give some free sessions also today. So we have now supported over 120,000 lives and counting, over 100 companies, both big and small, up to teams of 3 as well, and then individuals. And we have done several campaigns across different celebrities, different organizations on promoting and talking about the importance of mental health in the workspace. And My Nation, up to today, has a wide range of services that can support you at every step of the way. Our goal is for mental health care and access to be proactive. Hindi yung kung kailan na burnt out at stressed at nawawala na sa trabaho at hindi na pareho yung productivity ng employee, hindi kami dun lang papasok. It has to be starting from the beginning. So even if you are all 5s and 4s, taking care of your mental health starts today and starts now. And even this month of May is actually Mental Health Awareness Month. Kaya opportune time to start it in your workplace. So we are in the business also of tech and innovation. We have since then developed an app which is also available to all of you already. And we have platforms as well to be able to equip leaders and business managers on how they can better monitor good mental health and well-being for their employees.
We all have good days, bad days, and days when we're not so sure. No matter what kind of day you're having, take My Nation with you so that good days become great, bad days become better, and so-so days become super. Get the care you need by connecting with experts in as fast as 2 minutes. Grow in your mental health journey through specialized programs just for you. Learn more about yourself and how to thrive. So that every day is closer to a better mind, better you. Download the My Nation app now. Available on Google Play and the App Store.
If you're familiar with that voice, that's actually Joyce Spring, and she's my sister-in-law as well. So she helps me a lot with these programs also. So My Nation specialists are encompassing, and that's actually the core of what I want to be able to discuss today, is that mental health and well-being isn't just about our emotions. It's holistic well-being. And I'll show you data that supports that also. So our specialists include motivation coaches, relationship guides, stress specialists, and even grief. Oh, sorry. And there was another slide here that also mentioned as well that we have psychologists, psychiatrists, and well-being coaches. But what is mental health? And we have been saying it a lot, and I'm sure a lot of you hear it, especially during the pandemic. I want to clarify and clear up with everybody that mental health is not just about stress, anxiety, depression. It's not about just the negative. Our good mental health is about having a balance. Kasi normal din naman magalit. Normal rin na ma-stress. Normal rin ang malungkot. It's totally fine. And ang sabi nga nila, diba, it's okay not to be okay. But it's how we deal and manage with those negative experiences. In the same way, hindi rin maganda na palagi na lang tayo toxic positivity or super happy na kinakalimutan or minimiss na lang natin yung mga key things in our business. So how do we find and how do we strike that balance in developing a resilient team na no matter what changes, and knock on wood, magkaroon ng any other crisis like a pandemic were to happen again, that your business and your employees are ready for that kind of change and challenge. So I'll share really quickly data on the employee well-being in 2024. This is updated from the data that we have been collecting since the pandemic. And something quite surprising that we thought was going to be any different was that during the pandemic, we were already experiencing very high levels of stress and anxiety. And we think na pagbalik na back to normal na tataas na ang ating good mental health. Well, we are wrong. Tumaas na to 72% people experiencing high stress and anxiety and worry almost all of the time, sadness, emptiness, and anger. And it's growing every year. And this is our top source of mental health challenges, actually surpassing the pandemic, is financial stress. So we were asking, ano ba ang source of mental health concerns nyo? It's because of money. And this is exacerbated by job insecurity, work pressure. There were maybe some employees in your team that will say, okay pa, kaya ko pa. And that's because of deeper fears as well. If I don't perform, I might lose my job. And it's so hard to get a job today. It's so hard to do this and that. And as founders as well, you own the business. That fear is especially highlighted. Because where am I going to get the money to pay for my employees? Where am I going to get the money to fund this innovation? Those are all part of the financial challenges that are being reflected sa ating mental health. And just to share with you, this is how far the financial pressure is. It's followed by work performance pressure, physical health issues, and dito na rin dahil Filipino tayo, ang family problems and work-life balance. Failure to juggle family and work together, which is a key concern for many Filipinos today. And when we look at a more deeper model on mental health, 77% feel a degree of mental health challenge. Sino dito ang may sleeping issues, hindi nakakatulog or palaging tulog? Ayan, merong mga nagre-raise ng hand. It's part and connected to our mental health as well. 37% have difficulty to concentrate and make decisions because of their mental health concerns. And 32% even share that they have a hard time waking up in the morning to start work. And it's not because they're lazy. There are deeper issues that we have to look into. And even if they love doing what they do, when you started your business, you started your workplace, hindi na nila nakikita yung joy and yung pleasure in doing what they love. And on the bottom line impact to business, with 82% sharing that they experience work impact because of their mental health challenges, and every 8 hours, they lose 2.1 on average productivity hours lost. Why? Because they could be absent, asking for time off. They could be, it's called presenteeism. They're there, pero wala sila doon. Whatever, scrolling TikTok, whatever it is. And it also could result to talent loss. They will just quit instead of facing the challenge or facing the pressure. So we experience as well physical health issues like headaches, back pains, and 28% actually increasing also since the pandemic, thinking about quitting. And when they were asked, what does help look like for them in the workplace? Majority of them have answered that they do want to learn more about how to manage stress. Financial guidance, which is why we have financial planners also in Mind Nation, and we have financial programs. So it's the basics lang. How to manage your salary. How to set boundaries with your family when your family is asking for money or when your partner is pressuring you with money. Time management, physical fitness, anxiety, and sleep. And it is through that when we notice na finances, part pala ng good mental health yon, and sleep, all of these things are part of holistic well-being. As much as we want to also be able to promote and have good HMO, our physical health is only one part. When you take care of your mind, it helps support everything else and supports productivity and success at work. I cannot stress enough the importance of talking to an expert. Some of us will think that, it's just talking to someone and it's free to talk to a friend. And sometimes they're helpful, but sometimes the truth is they're not. Diba? Sabihin na, inom na lang natin yan, or labas na lang tayo, where you're not really answering a problem. You're really just escaping the problem. And so an expert will not come from a place of judgment or bias. It will help you understand. They will not give you the answers, A, B, C, D. They will help you and guide you towards the kind of solution that works best for you, whether you're a parent, you're starting with work, or you're even entering retirement. So some action points for a more resilient workforce, which I always repeat, and actually this is a 45-minute talk that I always do. So I apologize for just breezing through this. Making sure to partner with your with employers and EAP providers is something that's crucial as well. Bridging psychology and finance, looking into the kind of financial challenges your employees have. And also, still, because there is stigma, I would not be here today if sobrang ganda ng mga acceptance natin sa mental health programs. But I'm still rallying towards the importance of it because a lot of people still believe that it's just a nice to have. Our mental health policies, programs, and the accessibility, making sure that it's accessible even before it's badly needed, is something that we need to keep talking about in the workplace. And if you don't have the resources to talk about or to bring in an employee assistance program for mental health, make sure, look into your company, look into the culture that you have. Am I setting proper deadlines, realistic deadlines? Am I treating mistakes and errors with my teammates with respect and with boundaries? Am I setting healthy boundaries with them? All of these things do not require investment or support. Oh. And so, just to formally close, and of course, I will open the room as well for some questions if you need any. This is my last, and the line that I always tell employees and partners when they're coming in is that a healthy workforce, a healthy, resilient, and emotionally healthy workforce is not just a perk. It's not just a perk that people are healthy at work and stable at work. It's a productivity multiplier. It affects your bottom line. It affects your people's ability to make decisions, work well with others, and even innovate. And lastly, for founders, for mga bosses here today, just as much as you want to take care of your employees, your team members, everybody that you're talking to, yung mga consumers natin, you don't forget to take care of yourself. Get enough sleep, mind your mental health, because you are so worthy of love, respect, and good well-being. Maraming salamat po.